Right, and the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Chairman Wafula Chebukati has said that his early indication that the total voter turnout in the repeat presidential election was 6.5 million was not based on reports from all the polling stations, but just a few of them. The IEBC has also said that the results tallies being broadcast by various media houses should not be taken as final figures, as the IEBC was still verifying and announcing what they have received from their returning officers. And later on, we shall be speaking to my colleague Yusuf Ibrahim, who is following this development from the Bomas of Kenya.
The issue of Kisumu West transmitting, yes, there are two constituencies in the mentioned counties where voting has been suspended, where actually in some polling stations elections took place. And one of these is Kisumu West, another one is Muhoroni. So for those polling stations where there was voting, there will be valid transmissions.
Let me put it in as simple English as possible. We were receiving the forms as they were coming in, and we were also tabulating the figure as the forms were coming in. So I can give you the exact figure as at that time. I don't have the data with me now, but there's a team working on it. Now, based on the forms which have been received, we are going to give you the exact figure of the total turnout. That is how many? 37,000? So at the time the figure of 6.5 went out, the forms were not 37,000. They were much, much less than 37,000. Are we together? So if you are patient, we shall give you the exact figure of the turnout in the course of these proceedings. Thank you.
Let's now join my colleague Yusuf Ibrahim, who is following developments at the Bomas of Kenya, which is the National Tallying Center. And a good evening to you, Yusuf. How far along are we with the verification process?
Thank you very much, Sharon. Of course, good evening. And the verification process is still going on. It's been going on for the better part of yesterday, last night, the whole of today. And it seems the IEBC officials are still, going on with the verification exercise. You can see behind me that they are very busy trying to, collect all these results. And as of now, 9 p.m. Tonight, we have information that they've already verified about 100 results from 170 constituencies. This translates to about 5.5 million votes cast. And of course, President Uhuru Kenyatta is leading, enjoying about 98% support. So the verification process, Sharon, entails checking the figures that are on Form 34A. Then they compare with those in Form 34B. This 34 is, of course, from polling stations. Then they compare it with those from the constituency level. Once again, they have verified a total of results from a total of 177 constituencies. So they still have a long way to go. But on their portal, as of 9 p.m. tonight, once again, Sharon, they have received results from 253 constituencies all across the country, from the possible 291, of course, minus 27 constituencies. Those are constituencies based in the 4 counties where the election were indefinitely postponed by the Commission with regards to the violence and insecurity there. So far, so good. We've had one briefing from the commissioners here, and for the first time, of course, yesterday they had briefings. They didn't field questions from journalists, but today they did it differently. We were with, Rita was holding brief for us here, and they did manage to put to task the commissioners on where they exactly got the 48% turnout that they did indicate after the first day of voting, actually the same night, where, of course, the commissioner, the IEBC chair, later on said in his Twitter account that figure has gone down to 34%. So he was put to task to explain that. He didn't exhaustively explain it, because at that time in his Twitter account, he indicated that a total of above 6 million people had voted. But today, it seems it's a different case. We have a total of 5.5 million Kenyans who've cast their votes. President Uhuru Kenyatta is still leading with 98% support. So, Sharon, we're still waiting for another briefing. They did promise they're going to talk to us at 7 p.m. They didn't do that, so it's a matter of wait and see. Sharon.
Yusuf Ibrahim there from the National Tallying Center, the Bomas of Kenya. We shall be connecting with him in our subsequent bulletin, especially to find out if we know how soon we can